One record, two legends, 20 years of arguing, and tonight it might actually be over. Here's the thing, everyone thought this debate would stay an opinion forever. A vibe, something you just feel in your gut. Turns out it just became math. Ronaldo broke Messi's record, 2 goals, 5 minutes. Gone. Let's actually understand what happened here because the story is bigger than one stat line. Portugal needed a win against Uzbekistan, must win match, knockout stage on the line, and Ronaldo, after a quiet, frustrated opening game, walked out and scored twice in a 5-0 demolition. Those 2 goals did something specific. They pushed his total career World Cup goals past Messi's, not Messi's tournament total, his career total, the number that's been sitting at the top of football's most prestigious leaderboard for years. Now, to be fair to FIFA's own record keeping here and to the history of this stat, this isn't some random number people made up to create drama. Career World Cup goals has always been one of the most respected, most cited records in the sport, precisely because it spans years, eras, and pressure that domestic football simply doesn't have. Here's where it gets stranger though. Just days before Ronaldo did this, Messi had done something almost identical. He broke Germany's Miroslav Klose's all-time World Cup goal record. Klose held that record for over a decade, untouched, considered basically permanent. And in the span of one single tournament, two different legends broke two different all-time records, almost like they were racing each other without even being on the same pitch. Think about that for a second. We're not talking about two players who peaked and faded into the GOAT debate as a memory. We're talking about two active legends right now in real time, both still adding chapters to a story everyone assumed was basically finished. Now, here's the part that should genuinely stop you. Ronaldo didn't just break the goal record, he also became the only player in football history to score in 6 different World Cups. Not five, six, spanning over 2 decades. Different teammates, different coaches, different versions of the sport itself. Manchester United Ronaldo, Real Madrid Ronaldo, Juventus Ronaldo, Al Nassr Ronaldo, now this Ronaldo. 6 completely different chapters of a career, and somehow the result is always the same. The ball ends up in the net. One game earlier, people were writing him off quietly, politely. The way you talk about someone you respect too much to say it directly. He looked slow, frustrated, a step behind. The classic, unmistakable signs everyone's been waiting years to point at, and then this happened. Here's a quick reminder before we go further that if storylines like this are the reason you watch football, hitting subscribe means you won't miss whichever record falls next, because at the rate this tournament is going, it won't be the last one. Now, let's actually get into the side of this argument that doesn't get nearly enough attention. Because the goal record is one thing, but football has never purely been about who scores the most. Messi's case isn't built on raw numbers, it's built on what those numbers don't measure: vision, control, the ability to completely change a match without ever touching the ball in a dangerous area, simply by drawing three defenders toward him and creating space for someone else to finish. His career assist numbers are still among the best in the history of the sport. He doesn't just score, he manufactures goals out of nothing for the players around him consistently for almost 2 decades. And honestly, they're not wrong. Ronaldo's camp says greatness is measured in production, consistency, and an almost a natural refusal to decline. 6 World Cups, hundreds of goals across 4 different leagues, a goal scoring instinct that simply does not fade with age the way it does for literally everyone else. And honestly, they're not wrong either. This is the part of the debate most people skip past too quickly because they have already picked a side. But if you actually sit with both arguments honestly, you start to realize something uncomfortable. Both of these cases are completely valid, built on completely different definitions of what greatness even means. Ronaldo defines greatness as relentless production. Messi defines it as total control. Neither definition is wrong, they're just measuring different things. So, where does that actually leave us tonight? Statistically, in this exact moment, the The World Cup career goal record belongs to Ronaldo. That's not opinion, that's fact as of tonight. But the broader GOAT conversation, the one that includes vision, assists, playmaking, and pure footballing artistry, that conversation is nowhere close to finished. If anything, tonight just added more fuel to a fire that was never actually going out. Here's the real twist in all of this: we keep treating this debate like it's frozen in the past, like we're arguing about two retired legends and old footage. We're not. Both of them are still out there right now in this exact tournament, still adding new chapters, still breaking records that were supposed to be untouchable. So here's the question I actually want you to sit with: does breaking a record automatically make someone the greater player, or does greatness live somewhere numbers can't fully capture? You tell me. I'll see you in the next one. One record, two legends.